Despite places like this one, Philippines receives fewer international visitors than Thailand, Vietnam, or even Indonesia. It ranks at the very bottom of Southeast Asia, and a lot of people deem it as a problem. I don't think it is. It might even be a good thing. Hear me out. Foreign tourists can be useful, but it's not something the Philippines needs to compete in. Tourism is often treated like a race. Countries like to compare arrival numbers, and governments celebrate new visitor records. More flights, more resorts, more development. But numbers alone don't tell the whole story. They only show how many people arrive, and not what place actually feels like. So why are people not coming? People have many explanations. Transportation between islands, or distance, infrastructure, things like that. And all of this probably plays a role, but I think it is simpler than that. Most people planning a vacation don't spend weeks researching destinations. They choose what they already know. They choose places they've seen advertised many times, places their friends have posted on social media. And tourism often follows attention, and attention follows marketing. That doesn't mean one country is better than the other, it just means that one country is more visible. I've spent a lot of time around places that depend heavily on tourism, and I've seen both the good and the complicated sides. I've seen the opportunities tourism creates, the jobs, businesses, and culture exchange, but I've also seen the ugly. Places gradually shift to serve visitors more than the residents, rent increasing, land becoming too valuable for residents to stay, places that used to belong to the community slowly transforming into spaces designed mostly for visitors. And the environment often carries part of the cost as well. Coral reefs, beaches, and small islands don't always handle sudden popularity very well. It doesn't happen overnight, but over time it becomes noticeable. Of course, international visitors still matter. Travel creates connections that wouldn't happen otherwise, and the Philippines clearly welcomes people from abroad. I happen to be one of them. But it also hasn't turned itself into a giant international playground. In places like Thailand, tourism grew so quickly that the government is now starting to rethink some of the visa policies that encouraged it. But focusing only on foreign arrivals can make us overlook something else. Tourism doesn't always move across borders. Sometimes it happens much closer to the home. The Philippines has more than 100 million people. That alone creates enormous potential for domestic tourism. Local visitors have distinct advantages. They don't rely on international flights or global travel trends. Money spent by locals stays inside the country, supporting communities and small businesses. Trips are more flexible and frequent, which helps reduce the risk of seasonal crashes. And because locals know the language, culture, and customs, running services is simpler, more efficient, and often more enjoyable for everybody involved. More isn't always better. The Philippines doesn't need to measure itself by the number of foreigners who visit. It's a place that doesn't need to copy anyone, that doesn't need to be like Thailand or Bali, a country that can find its own pace, its own path, and its own kind of success. It has what many countries chase: diversity, beauty, and a population capable of sustaining itself. Foreigners are great, but the Philippines doesn't need them to define its story. Maybe it just needs to grow in a way that protects what already makes it special. But it's just what I think. What do you say?